niggas and the tweeters. You can catch me, overdose of Hennessy, fine host of pedigree. Sticky green is the remedy. I lit it up, she hit it and see 10 of me. Back to the sloss and dope wigs.
The Ryan Stewart Show is on the way.
Like Nas Esco, nigga, let's roll. I can show you how to get it on the low. Kicking flows, pipping hoes on the stroll. It's a daily routine. Niggas sticking to the script like a bitch in Maybelline. Some niggas want the money and some niggas want the fame. Some niggas want it all, weighing heavy in the game, pushing heavy on your brain. Switch a lane to entertain, blowing suckers out the brain. That's why I'm potent as the cane. There's a million ways for you to try to step and get played. Just remember one thing, we ain't nothing you can tame. There's a million ways to ride. You want it? Choose one. Still dipping in the pain, blowing on the blunt. Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that. If it wasn't for the music, I'd be pulling the strap. There's a million ways to ride. You want it? Choose one. Still dipping in the pain, blowing on the blunt. Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that. If it wasn't for the music, I'd be pulling the strap.
Homie, ain't nothing changed me. I'm still riding on bows. Hit the hand, puffin' tank. Still fucking with the hoes. Withdraw from the bank. Got my left hand froze. Take a 5-minute break. Now I'm back with the flows. Who said the game was gonna phase me?
Guess what? The Ryan Stewart Show. 2 minutes away. 2 minutes.
If she pregnant, I'll accept it, but I hope that Jimmy saved me. That West Rider shit. Niggas mashing, getting high with an extra clip. See me flash a nigga, lay low. It's just the way the game goes. Push back, slow your roll. Even though I spit it cold, lightning strikes like spinal cords and baby seats. Niggas lean back. I come off, son. I'm on one. Sorry, I don't hold my tongue. I just let it hang, man. Deep like we gang bang. Bleed from the same veins. Black card maintain. Throw them things.
There's a million ways to ride. You want it? Choose one. Still dipping in the pain, blowing on the blunt. Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that. If it wasn't for the music, I'd be pulling the strap. There's a million ways to ride. You want it? Choose one. Still dipping in the pain, blowing on the blunt. Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that. If it wasn't for the music, I'd be pulling the strap. There's a million ways to ride. You want it? Choose one. Still dipping in the pain, blowing on the blunt. Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that.
1 minute. 1 minute, Ryan Stewart, you're on.
Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that. If it wasn't for the music, I'd be pulling the strap.
Oh, what's the matter, baby? Tired of waiting? Ladies and gentlemen, dogs and poodles, guess who's back?
Fresh off the Plizzane! You know my dang name!
Back from Radio Exile, The Carpool Drop-Off, and Donuts with Dad.
Mr. Mom, let's pick a kid up, drop a kid off.
For everybody's favorite line stepper, the wait is finally over.
Used to rabbit dance all the time, all around the city. Behind Toys R Us, behind the Kroger store. There's a dumpster right behind that BB&T bank. But then I got married.
It's about time for the Ryan Stewart Show.
Hot like hot sauce.
Right about now, you're about to be possessed by the sounds of MC Raw Face and DJ Easy Rock.
Hit it!
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Yeah, I think this thing is on. Welcome to the Ryan Stewart Show. I guess I'm kind of like the host. Ryan, are you there, sir?
I have a huge problem with you saying you're the host of the Ryan Stewart Show. I mean, if that's the case, what's my purpose? Why are we calling it the Ryan Stewart Show if you're hosting it?
Listen, you're exactly right. I probably should.
And then last week, while I'm in the studio with you, actually in the studio of your home, very nice studio, might I add, you're shielding me from all of the mechanics of working the show so I can't learn how to do it myself. You think I didn't notice that?
No. Listen, you got it all wrong. Trust me.
No, I don't have it all wrong, man. If we're going to get this thing stable like it needs to be, man, you need to allow me to do my own show, man.
Okay, got you. Welcome to the Ryan Stewart Show. Ryan Stewart, your host from New York City. Yeah. Hey, man, how's it going, man? You've been in the big city now for like a week, man. How is it going up there, man? I see the pictures on Facebook or social media. How's it going?
We had a great time, man. We're still here. I couldn't leave because I would have missed the show if we were on the road because I know I couldn't do it from my cell phone while driving down 95 South. But we've had a great time, man. Literally did exactly everything we set out to do on the way up here. We were going to rest a day and a half when we first got here and play in the pool that my cousin has at her home. And then every day that we've been here since, we were going to do one major attraction. And we've done that, man. It's been an outstanding trip for the kids, man. But I can't wait to get the hell out of here.
Now, I said that earlier, man. I can't do New York more than like 3-4 days at the max. Y'all been up there like a week.
Listen, man, I was just about to tell you one of the things I posted yesterday was 7 days in New York is 3 days too much.
Right.
Okay, look, man, I am terrified up here. It's no lie. I try to be a big, strong dude, but I'm just gonna keep it real. I am frightened up here for several reasons. One reason, driving around the city of New York when everyone sees a Georgia tag.
Right.
I don't care if you're doing something wrong or doing everything exactly right. All the New Yorkers are looking out of their car, trying to look in our car to see what the Bama people from Georgia look like.
Right.
It's very, very nerve-wracking.
Right. And you know what? They also feel like you don't know how to drive. Because they're the most offensive drivers in the world, so they feel like that you're going to mess up their flow on the traffic.
And it's very scary, man. And I know crime is a tad bit higher here than it is down in the ATL, which, depending on where you are, has a big factor to do with that. But there's so many locks on every door. I mean, my cousin has bolted locks on her bedroom doors in their house, not as if the 17 locks on the front door is enough to keep the burglar out. It's just very nerve-wracking up here, man. I can't wait to get out of here.
Right. Talking or listening to Ryan Stewart live in New York City for the Stewart Family Vacation 2017. I saw some pictures. Y'all were on like a boardwalk or something. Did y'all go to Coney Island or something?
No, we didn't do Coney Island, man. We took a ferry that drove around the harbor and took you to Empire State Building, took you to the Brooklyn Bridge, took you to Statue of Liberty, all of those things. So that's the boat we were on. We took all those pictures.
Okay, all right. So first thing we need to get into, man, story number one. The Baltimore Ravens, man, signed a dude that was the fifth-string starter for the Yakamoto Dragons in South Dakota, man, as their backup quarterback while Joe Flacco comes back from injury. And they brought up early in the week, man, possibly giving a shot to Colin Kaepernick. The title of my show today was, if you didn't know, now you know. What are your thoughts about this, man? My basic premise is before they said that this guy couldn't play, he's been a bad quarterback. You can't even say that now. What are your thoughts about what's going on in Baltimore and Colin Kaepernick still being jobless?
Well, this is going to sound crazy, man, but I'm well aware of the quarterback that they brought in by the name of David Olsen. I follow his work. Okay, that's a lie.
Right.
Look, man, I don't know what you want, but, you know, I talked about it a little bit last week. When Kaepernick decided to take that knee, to take a stand, to back his people and people that look like him or people of color, it was a blow to his career that was probably not going to be able to bounce back from, man. And that's why I was so irate last year, wanting him to think about what he was doing and sign the big deal that he was in line for to sign after his second big deal. But knowing that he would do that, it wasn't going to give him a chance to get to that money. I see this both ways. I get Ozzie Newsome not wanting to sign and bite the bullet for Colin Kaepernick. Oh, black guy that's running a franchise that does a very good job, that's got all the power to hire a black dude if he wants to, decides not to hire a black dude. Why would Ozzie want to heat up his kitchen with Colin Kaepernick's mess? And should Ozzie look at it like it's my plight as well to look out for a brother and to help my team get better? Yes. But if you can do that without signing Colin Kaepernick, I'm going to take that route if I'm running an organization like Ozzie is. I'm sorry. Okay? Kaepernick doesn't want a backup position, man. So the other side of that coin is you be bringing Colin Kaepernick in knowing that he wants to be the starter. So what happens when Flacco, who's not going to be out the entire season, who's going to be out a few weeks, who doesn't have to practice early in training camp anyway, whose injury isn't serious, what happens when Colin Kaepernick comes in there for 2 or 3 weeks and he's throwing zingers and doesn't throw any interceptions and he's running the offense well? Now you got another situation on top of the situation of having Colin Kaepernick on your roster, man. It doesn't work like that. You don't want Colin Kaepernick as your backup because he might be better than your starter. Flacco's suspect.
Yeah.
Flacco's suspect. So I see several reasons why Ozzie Newsome says thanks, but no thanks. I agree with you when you said what you said last hour. Why even mention the guy if you're not going to consider bringing him in? You kind of started the speculation that he might be coming there or he was a viable option. You did that to yourself. But I get all facets of why Ozzie Newsome is like, nah, I'm cool on this dude. I'd rather get a guy from Saskatchewan that we don't even know plays football to be in the position instead of him.
Now, for people that don't know, that are listening to the Ryan Stewart right now, Ryan actually played 5 years in the NFL. And so you kind of understand more so the politics and what's going on in the front office. One thing I want to remind people, too, and I brought this up on the last show, and I actually pulled up the numbers just now. You remember Colin Kaepernick opted out of his deal in San Francisco, man. He was set to make, guaranteed, $14.5 million. This guy opted out of his contract, man, and getting this. This is what he's getting. Now, let me ask you this as well. Do you not agree with me, this whole narrative about he's better than the starter or he's too good to be a backup? We've never heard this before.
I don't like that at all. You want the best players at the position that you can get on your roster. He's better than the starter. Well, then he needs to be the starter if that's the case. But I talk about it all the time, Doug, and you know this, man. You can probably say it before I say it. The economics of the game carries heavy weight when it comes to making these decisions about your ball club. And the economics say that if this guy could get out there and do a good job and our starter is having some problems, we don't want the drama of having him on our roster because our guy's a $100 million guy. Right. We don't want our guy looking over our shoulder for anybody. And if there's a better guy on the roster that's making more plays in practice and everybody's watching every single day, they're going to start questioning everybody, why isn't Cap getting snaps? Why isn't there a package for Cap? Oh, they're just trying to protect Flacco. You don't want to deal with that drama if you don't have to. If Flacco was going to be out for half the season, they would sign Colin Kaepernick. They would. They wouldn't think twice about it. But he's not, man. He's fine, and he'll be back. I'm talking about Flacco. He'll be back, and you can't take a chance on Kaepernick with the drama that's following him right now. I'm sorry, man.
You're listening to the Ryan Stewart Show on the Two Live Stews Radio Network, coming to you live from New York. I'm a real
pro-black guy. I am. But at the same time, you got to be able to channel your emotions when you're making business decisions, your personal life decisions or your personal decisions that you have conviction with. This is a business, man. And if you want to bring in anybody that can be that vaunted cancer in the locker room. And right now, man, it is what it is. Cap is that cancer, man.
Yeah. Do you think that there's I talked to Jeff Fox earlier. I don't know if you heard that. I talked to Jeff Fox on my show earlier down in Miami, and man, we're kind of like trying to figure out what can be done to show support for this guy. I basically feel like the players are going to have to do something kind of like a unified effort to protest the fact that it's obvious this guy is better than 98% of the backup quarterbacks in the NFL. That alone says that he's getting the job in him.
I would take Cap over every backup quarterback that's in the National Football League.
Right.
I mean, Ryan Mallett is one of the backups for the Ravens.
Right.
The guy that was drafted by the Patriots. He's got a little body of work that shows that he could be a viable backup. But who are you going to take? A guy that's never really done it for a season?
Right.
A guy that hadn't done it for 5 games? Or are you going to take Colin Kaepernick? I would take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you're talking about Jimmy Garoppolo. But like, do you think that the players are going to do something, or the players have to do something to show protest? Because remember, at the end of the day, this is all about Colin Kaepernick and his protest. A lawfully, justify protests and what's going on with social injustice and police brutality in this country. He's not doing anything wrong. Do you think there's a lot of talk about protests? Do you see any protests coming from either players or fans that have any substance and make any changes